that says, "Are you sure? You really think you can change?" I've been with you so long. You need me, darling. I give you confidence, because I'm predictable. So you see, you need me. That's how the old habit will talk to you, because familiarity breeds contempt. It thinks because it's been with you for so long that it has the right to remain. But you, in your awareness, you simply say, "Oh, you poor thing. You don't want to go? That's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to go home, hunty, but you got to get the hell on up out of here," is what you'll tell it. And how do you tell it that? By doing the new thing. By feeling the new mood deliberately. Because when you're feeling the new mood deliberately, you are in the flow. And when you are in the flow, go with the flow. Ow. Go with the flow. And recognize that when the ebb comes, you know how to act. You'll start to act better in the ebb and not let that old thing intimidate you. And you will not let it rule you from the shadows any longer, because you can now see it. But you see, it takes practice. Our facilitator was kind of cool, and he says, we've always heard practice makes perfect. He goes, no, it doesn't. Practice makes permanent. Which in itself is true yet not true. It makes it permanent. But remember, nothing is permanent. Oh, except for the principles, nothing is permanent. Why do I say nothing is permanent? Because you have the ability to change. So nothing can be permanent. You can't permanently do the same thing over and over and over. It appears to be permanent because you are unaware. But if you recognize that nothing is permanent, that you can change, well, then you think you'll walk around with your shoulders dragging? No. You'll have those bad boys up and back. Why? Because if you are on Fanbase this morning, you can see my PTR. That's your feller, Popcorn. Hello, look at Popcorn. Popcorn does not walk with his head down, okay? Popcorn walks with his head up and that chest out, and he struts. Because he knows who he is. So you have to walk through the life that we're living right now with that same attitude. You want me to be cocky, Angela? Oh, Jesus. That is not what I'm saying to you. I'm not saying for you to be arrogant, to be cocky. I'm saying to you, walk with the confidence in the law that you can change your situation and nothing is permanent for you. That's the confidence you walk in, to know that, I can change. What? I said, I can change. Yeah, I can change. And the moment you recognize that, can't nobody break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no. I got to keep on moving. See, when you recognize that, now you walk with a surety of self. But it takes practice. It takes practice to get the new behavior that you flow into to be the same behavior you're going to ebb with. Say it again, Angela. It will take you practice to move in the flow with that new behavior so that you will move in the ebb with it. You want to take it with you deliberately. So just celebrate the fact, because the moment you celebrate the fact that you're a changed person, but you didn't change because you did it with blood, sweat, and tears. You did it with awareness. How'd you do it? With awareness. Well, how so, Angela? Because you recognized, you became aware of what you are doing. And not only did you become aware of what you're doing, but you know by way of principle that, wait a minute, Girl, if there is an ebb, there will be a flow. How do you know for sure? Can you take that to the bank? Oh, yes, you can. Because there will be a high tide and a low tide. There will be springtime. There will be harvest. There will be summer, winter, fall, spring. Ebb and flow, y'alls. That's what it means. You can take that to the bank because you know you like ants. Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. When does the ant work? All day, every day, spring and summer. And fall. Why? Because the ebb is coming. Winter. So be reminded confidently to know that ebb and flow will always occur. And once you recognize what stage, polarity, that you're in with the ebb and the flow, now you will know how to behave. Right? You know that that apple harvest is coming. You know that the squash harvest is coming. What are you going to do when that harvest comes in? You better start planning in the ebb because they're growing. So plan in the ebb what you want to become. Oh, yes. You gonna have all them string beans, them carrots and them okras and them onions. Hello, pickle, pickle, pickle. Preserve, preserve, preserve to get you through the winter where you can grow nothing in the ebb, but you can plan in the ebb so that when the flow comes, you're ready to go. That's how you change your life, through awareness. But again, it does take practice. Step one, know what you want to become. Can you become it? The ebb is used to train and to practice. Because what you're going to do in the flow, be it. So you see, my beautiful friends, today, walk like my young Roo, with your chest out. Why? Because you know that the principles are always on, and you know how to apply them. So you don't have to, as Bob Marley said, I don't want to wait in vain for your love. You don't have to live in vain. Now you live with purpose. But here we are in these their streets looking for purpose. Then we make purpose by our very existence. Anyway, that's what I'll tell you today, my beautiful friends. Who's here kicking it with us? Well, I don't know who's on YouTube today because they haven't made themselves known, but I see their numbers on there. But they haven't dropped a hello, Angela, in the chat. But I'm going to say, hello, stranger, I see you. Hello, I see you in these YouTube streets, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok streets. I see you. Twitter, well, Twitter is as Twitter does. Tumbleweed Twitter. But they do catch the replay. So I'm not fretting. Who's with us on Fanbase today? Oh, Miss McQueen. Hello, girl. We got Ray Ray. Maggie is in the house. Hey, KZ. Moon and Dolphin Duck. Oracle Tree House. Aren't you on like day 98 almost? You should be at day 100 by now. I'm so proud of you. All it took was practice. Tee-hee. That's all it took. See? So today, as you go through your day, oh, 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 somebody's ready. Um, I'm just looking. Ray is in the chat. They're just flirting it up. I love you, Ray Ray. You're awesome. You're awesome. Listen. Oh, oh, oh. Somebody's a little cranky. You can't get your footing yet? I can hear him. Good morning, sugar buns. I see you. He's awake. Listen. practice. You think he got that good overnight. He practiced because he heard. So you and I just have to practice. What are you going to practice? Observing yourself and seeing what you're doing. Because that's where the awareness emerges. The awareness is always there, but it emerges more when you pay attention to it. Slow your roll. Slow down. Slow down. And you will see it. And in the taking of your time, you see, we rush through everything. And then when there's something we really enjoy, we want to take our time, but we don't know how to take our time because we've never practiced taking our time. We're always in a hurry. Oh dear. I could say something there, but I shan't because I'm a lady. So I won't say it. But take your time to observe yourself. And when you see what you're doing, recognize that you're in the ebb. That's why you can see it. Because when you're in the flow, you don't. So when you see it, you're in the ebb. When you see it, you're in the ebb. And that is where you take the time to say, wait, I want to do something different. And you'll begin to see in your mind's eye what that different thing is that you want to do. And so the only place to rehearse it is in the mind's eye over and over and over again. Say, yeah, that's what I want to do until it feels natural. Because you're doing it deliberately. So that now, because you spent the time in the ebb to apply, that's what you'll flow with. What you've just practiced and rehearsed. Where? In step 2, experience in imagination what you would be doing in reality if you were the man or the woman you wanted to be. That's what we're doing. So, with that, my beautiful friends, I leave you this morning with that. Test it out for yourself. I'm not sitting here telling you I'm laying here. I'm not laying here telling you, oh, I got all the answers. I have no answers other than the principles, and they're not answers. Right? It is up to you to test it. And then we hear the question, but Angela, wouldn't that be confirmation bias? Who? Confirmation bias is man's word, but correspondence as within, so without. It's not a bias. You see that which you have inside, because as within, so without. It's not a bias. It's not a judgment. But the only way you are going to know for yourself is to observe. And it doesn't matter how dark and despairing you might think it is in this life. When you see what you are doing, you will know and you will comprehend or understand that, wait a minute, I can change. I can change. There's an ebb and a flow. I can change. That is what will cause the joy to bubble up inside of your chest. That. And you think, remember that scene in Sister Act where she's singing the James Brown, get up off of that thing and dance to you, feel better. You remember how they put the cloak on her and she shrugged it off? Ow. That's exactly what you do when you recognize what you've been doing. You shrug that bad boy off. You shrug it off because it can no longer influence you because you're no longer in the dark about it. And that is what true joy is. And that's what will cause you to walk the way you do, talk the way you do, move the way you do. So that when somebody comes along and says, well, who are you? You will know exactly who you are because you will say to yourself, well, I was walking in the darkness, but now I can see the light. The light of what? Understanding that I don't have to remain the way I am. And so nobody can come along and rob you of your joy. Nobody can rob you of it. That's why. Because it wasn't there for somebody. Nobody gave it to you, so they can't take it. You unlocked it. Anyway, let me go. Let me go get my babies ready for the day. I gotta give them hugs and kisses. I just do, 'cause they're so sweet. I do. I have to give them hugs and kisses so they know I care. And as you go through the day, my beautiful friends, if you don't know, now you know. And all it takes is practice. Oh, countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2. That boy. 1. Let this mama hanging. All right, y'all. I love you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, fan base tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to hang out with us. I love you.